With the recent reveal of Fallout 76, a lot of us were surprised at the game's online multiplayer focus. And while the idea of venturing into a vast post-apocalyptic wasteland with friends sounds enjoyable to some of us, others were left questioning if this is something fans of the core Fallout franchise should actually be excited about. These are some of our biggest hopes and fears for the upcoming Fallout 76. The building mechanics in Fallout 4 were fine, but 76 is daring to up the ante with an all-new camp, or the construction and assembly mobile platform, which allows you to build settlements anywhere you please. And with a new and improved Sims-like building interface, 76 is promising a much more robust approach to settlement building that seems very promising. Our biggest fear that comes with these new settlement features is the voiceover heard in the E3 trailer.
But don't become too attached too quickly.
We're then treated to a montage of various creatures and robots destroying built camps. We even learn that your camp could become the target of a nuclear blast. With all this information, the question has to be asked, will building become too much of a hassle? Are we going to spend hours constructing a warehouse for our crafting tables, or a house with perfect symmetry just to watch it get destroyed moments later? If this is a world Bethesda wants us to live in, there has to be a reason to keep logging in. This is where we hope something like public events or raids could help keep things fresh. The footage we've seen shows vault dwellers grouping together and taking down elite creatures. Hopefully these events give players the motivation to not only work together, but continue coming back to the world. On the topic of player interactions, Bethesda hasn't quite laid out exactly what those could end up looking like. We've been told that Fallout 76 is completely playable solo, but for those lone wolves out there, how safe will it be to roam the wilds of West Virginia? Are players going to be able to spot you from a distance and kill you at will? Will there be times that you literally aren't able to enjoy the game at your own pace without constantly looking over your shoulder to make sure you aren't being followed? In our interview with Todd Howard at E3, he stated that Bethesda doesn't want the game to become too griefy, and that while there will be incentives to partake in PvP, it won't be forced on players. He also said that it's a work in progress at the moment, so time will ultimately tell. Bethesda has always made it a priority to fill their game worlds to the brim with interesting places to go, characters to meet, and things to discover. But can they really pull that all off with a map that's touted as being 4 times the size of Fallout 4? We really hope so, because in a land absent of NPCs and reliant on player-created stories, exploring and finding interesting objects might be one of the only ways to dig into this world's lore. That is, of course, assuming there's any lore to be had here. Bethesda has been clear that we will not be seeing any human NPCs in 76, but instead having quest and story elements delivered from holotapes or robots. Couple that with the obvious always online component and the insistence that players are here to make their own story, we're a bit worried that we'll be missing out on a compelling handcrafted story like the ones Bethesda is known for. Something Bethesda games always seem to nail is giving you a world to live in. When you clear a zone, that zone stays cleared. When a base or shelter is built, it's there when you return to the game. These are features we hope remain in this shared Fallout world. With base building being at the core of 76, the idea of being able to log into a game and spawn at a base we've built sounds incredible. Being able to keep track of cleared zones and fully looted areas will make this feel more like a world and less like a server. And finally, making world-altering decisions has always been a mainstay in the Fallout franchise, but we unfortunately don't see how that can even be possible in Fallout 76. Pair that with the lack of actual NPCs, and there's a good chance there won't be any meaningful decisions on the level of Megaton in Fallout 3. What are you hopeful for in Fallout 76, and what are you worried about? Let us know in the comments, and make sure to check out our interview with Fallout 76's developers and our extensive look at the history of Vault 76. And for everything else Fallout, make sure you keep it right here on IGN.